four types of parenting are authoritarian, authoritative, permissive, and uninvolved. And authoritarian parenting is definitely super strict, and they have a lot of high expectation rules for their kids with not a lot of love and warmth in return. And authoritative parenting is when the parents maintain like clear expectations for their kids, but they're still warm and responsive. And most of these parents try to use compromises in order to solve issues, such as if a child wants to watch TV but they have homework to do, a parent might offer, hey, if you do your homework for 2 hours, I'll let you watch a movie with me. So it's like a compromise because they're both getting something out of it. And permissive parenting is when the parent is warm and responsive, but they still are maintaining little to no rules for their child. They're kind of trying to be more of that friend with their kid versus a parent. And then uninvolved parenting is when the parent either left the child at a young age or has little to none communication and involvement in their life. And let's go over some examples for all four just to give you a clear idea of what they are. A good example of authoritarian, which is the strict kind of parenting, is from that 70s show because his dad has that expectation of him to do well in everything that he does and always do what he says, even though Eric might not sometimes, and he always has super harsh punishments for him. An example of authoritative parenting, which is the level of parenting that you want to strive for, is from Full House, and that's with DJ and her sisters and her dad, because even though they are able to do what they want, the dad still has like reign on their child and knows what they're doing at all times and still exhibits that love and warmth that a child needs. And an example of permissive parenting would be from Mean Girls, the mom of the main character, Regina George, she brings the kids alcoholic beverages because she wants to be the fun mom, or offers them alcoholic beverages, which is trying to be more of like the child's friend and be like cool, you know. And then the last kind of parenting, a good example of that, the uninvolved type, is Matilda. Even though the parents are like living with her and still kind of there, you know, they're not really like actually involved in her life and they know literally nothing about her, and they leave other people to raise her. Such as her teacher. And then we're just going to go over a couple of positives and negatives over the bowl, like all of them. And okay, for authoritarian parenting, a positive is the child might be more obedient and you're always going to know that they're safe because the parent always knows where they are and like has that control over their kids, so they know exactly what's going on. A negative within this type of parenting is that the child might actually have lower self-esteem because they feel like they're not living up to their parents' expectations. They're also more likely to rebel later on in life because they've had a harsh hold on them their whole life that they want to just leave, you know. And they're also more likely to develop mental illnesses such as depression and anxiety due to the high stress environment that they're living in. And then authoritative parenting, some positives are social skills because they're actually allowed to go hang out with friends and they have good relationships with all their family members, that they have such good relationships that it inputs into their social skills and it improves them significantly. Also, another positive is that they might have better grades and they are also less likely to develop mental illnesses compared to the authoritarian parenting, or authoritarian parenting. And then a negative of authoritative parenting is rebellion. Even though it's significantly less than authoritarian, it's still prevalent, but it's not an issue in a lot of these relationships. And then permissive, a positive of this type of parenting is that the child might actually start to become more independent due to them not really feeling like they have a parent but more of a friend in their life. So they feel like they have to be the parent to themselves or siblings or anything like that. And then a couple negatives of a permissive parenting type is that the child might actually start to become egocentric because the parent is praising the child and never showing any like punishment or not commenting anything negative to them. And then another negative is that the child might have impulsive behavior due to never having any punishments to anything that they've done. And then for uninvolved parents, a positive influence might be that same thing as the last, they have independent behavior, and that maybe that parent might have been a bad influence in their life, and now that parent is gone, eliminating that, so that's a good positive. And then a negative within this is also going to be mental health, and drug and alcohol abuse will be more likely due to the effects of not having one parent. And then I'm just going to quickly go over like ways that you can improve your level of parenting and how to like change what type of parent you are. So if you're an authoritarian parent and you feel like you're more strict on your child, I would try like having conversations with them and getting closer to your child and maybe loosening up those reins you have on them and letting them go out with friends. And as I explained earlier, when you're punishing your child, I would try to have more of a compromise to make both parties happy rather than just harping on the child and leaving them to be unsatisfied, because that's not good for their mental health. And then for permissive parents, in order to be more authoritative, I would try to, actually the opposite of what I just said, but I would try to be more strict and offer punishments for things that happen, and maybe try not to be the friend, but actually parent and do all those kinds of things. And then for uninvolved parents, like the obvious answer is just to become involved. But I think within most of these cases, that's just not something that's going to happen. So I don't really think there's room for improvement with uninvolved parents unless you actually want to try. But yeah.